What's going on, y'all? It's your guy Tez the Fi.
You got CJ100.
And we are the 5100 Podcast.
Now do me a favor, right fast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get all of our content as soon as it drops. With that being said, let's get back to the video. You dig?
Back at y'all again with another podcast episode.
Yes,
and man,
sir.
on this one, we gonna be talking about the OGs,
Yep.
OGs, y'all done failed us. And we want to make it clear, like, this ain't a shot. It's just what we have observed is, younger brothers and not having that connection with an older generation.
The reality, man.
Yes, and this a conversation that I know that a lot of brothers our age have wanted to have, but we've never really found the guys we can talk to about. I know CJ got some good examples, but me personally, I really don't. And bro, what's your definition of an OG?
If we talking about the way I feel, I believe an OG is a guy that is leading men, whether young boys or old. He's leading them in the positive direction. He's leading them towards prosperity. Yeah, that's what an OG is to me personally. Mm-hmm. But what an OG really is an original gangster. Yeah, and that's the guy that is the head of the Crip, head of the Bloods, head of the Vice Lord, head of the GD, so on and so forth. Yeah. And unfortunately, in most of them situations, they using the younger guys to get the money, sell the dope, beat a muscle, and it's not a whole lot of teaching going on. Right. That's the reality. I was affiliated with one of those, and I saw it firsthand. It was some good, don't get me wrong. Yeah. And the actual principles of the gang sometimes are positive, but the guys leading it lead us astray. Yeah.
And for me, I never had a part in their life. So for me, OG always was an older guy that, like you said, that was leading younger men in a positive light, in a light that you look up to him because you want to be as good as or better. I think for me, bro, we really got to speak to this because we know it's a gap there.
Definitely.
And I know how it can affect us when you don't have that previous generation. So for me, I never had that generation. Like, bro, I never met any of my grandfathers, never seen them, never talked to them or nothing. And I know that it's a part that I'm missing because of that. Yeah. I don't see it as a weakness, but I definitely see it as something that this was a generation before you that could have taught you some lessons that
you wouldn't have to learn the hard way.
Right. Yeah. And I know that's so important because we gotta have that, man. And by us not having it, it made it so hard. And we know, they had it, the excuses. Right. You know what I'm saying, bro? They grew up in the crack era. Come on. Yeah. The wars,
Jim Crow, Reconstruction,
man, the 3 strike laws,
the Great Depression. Oof. Like it was some great times in there, but the negative was huge as well. Yeah, yeah. And we know that caused some of the divide.
Facts. But what me and CJ have seen is the OG got to reach out.
And I was talking. Me and my mama was talking about this one day. Because, we've talked about doing this episode and also kind of creating kind of a series where we can be sort of a bridge for them to come across. Yeah. And one thing we're going to run into is them seeing us as little boys. Yeah. And it's, in one sense, I can respect it because I understand that you've been through what I've been to 2-3 times, 2-3 generations. Yeah. So I get the idea that you are the elder statesman. Mm-hmm. But you cannot push away and deny what we've experienced as our own men with our own families and our own experiences. We've been through things. We pay bills, goddamn it. We pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We take care of children now. Yeah. Like we are the uncles now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't just come talk to me like I'm less than you. Facts. And that's the problem that I have personally with a lot of old heads. If you don't go the way that they want you to go, it's an issue. Yep.
Bro, it's funny that you give that example because I had to be that guy that was like, nah, I pay when the time I got kicked out of my dad's house. Yeah. But it was due to a conversation like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was never on no disrespect stuff, but it's like, wait a minute. I pay bill too. I do this too. Not trying to big myself up, but
not trying to challenge you.
No.
Right.
It's just, I'm a man just like you, sir.
Yeah.
We both doing 40, 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
We both paying car notes.
Yeah.
We both got, different things going on. And I'm with you, bro, because it's like, that's what I get too. When it comes to that generation, bro, we get looked at as less than.
Little boys.
Right. And it's like, bro, I might not have the knowledge that you have.
Right.
I might not have experienced everything that you have.
Right.
But you got to respect me.
Because we are the next. It's like, and, I would agree that our generation is softer.
Yes.
I would agree with that. We're also smarter.
Yes.
We're also more technologically advanced. So it's like, and we have more options available to us. So don't shut us out,
right?
Because we have access to things that you never did,
right?
We dealing as a man in a relationship. We're dealing with a different kind of woman, and it's like that's where they fail us.
Yes.
It's like they keep trying to put what they feel onto us, and not understanding our experience is completely different.
Facts, bro. Speaking on the knowledge side, bro.
Okay.
I taught my dad what stocks are.
Mm-hmm.
He had no idea what stocks were.
Right.
I did a whole bullet point presentation to my family about stocks. It's the knowledge, bro. We have to be able to give things that they never knew about to them. And that's how you build a community where it's strong, bro.
And you just said you gave a bullet point presentation to teach your family. That's what a man does.
Yes.
So don't tell me because I don't pick up a transmission barehanded that I ain't
myself.
No man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that don't mean I'm not a man.
Right.
It's like just because today's women are working and a lot of us are doing 50-50 with women doesn't make us less of men.
Woo.
This a different time.
Yes, sir.
And I can't stand when they speak on our generation and what we deal with as if it's the 70s and the 80s.
Right.
It's not.
Right, bro. You so right, man. It's like you not a man because you ain't outside fixing the roof yourself.
Right.
Oh, you pay for something? I ain't have to pay for that. I do it myself.
I went out there with my bare hands. I just got stabbed in both of them. It's like,
Facts.
bro, like chill. Like this is different.
Right. And it's not a better than, less than
Right.
thing. The respect gotta be there. And like you said, bro, for our generation, we can't be the ones to bridge that gap. We already look at you with respect.
Right. And some of us look at you with, for lack of a better word, hate.
Yeah.
Because you weren't there.
Yeah.
And that's another conversation. Like you said, the crack epidemic, the 3 strikes law. I get all that.
Yeah.
You chose to do these things. Was it unfair? Yes. Yeah. But we didn't have you, and it was not our fault.
Nope. So
it's like when you say things like y'all soft and y'all don't know how to be men, well, you were supposed to teach us. Like that's the reality. You were supposed to teach us.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm a little different than you. I had great uncles.
Mm-hmm.
My dad wasn't around as much until I got into that 15-year-old range, which was perfect for him to come to my life at that time. But I had great uncles, bro. And it's like, that's why I don't accept the narrative because your father went there, you can't be a man. But I do understand that having that everyday presence in your life makes a difference because I've had stepdads that was living in the house, and it's like it made a difference in how the house was moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if y'all weren't there, you can't then come and say, hey, you ain't a man. What the fuck wrong with you? It's like, where were you?
Yeah.
It's like, that's your job. So we didn't make you leave. That's the reality of it. So why would it be our job to reach out and fix it?
Why are you punishing us for the mistakes that you made?
Sins of the father. That's what it is. We're dealing with the sins of the father, and our women look at us like you.
Yes.
So it's like there's another, like y'all can't keep talking about what we are not and what we not doing.
Yeah.
Because you left shit that we had to deal with. And we're still dealing with our women, with men in our circle. We deal with that.
Yep.
We've had to learn how to be men.
Yep.
Like my uncles were great. Then I went home. And I was dealing with a woman.
Yeah.
And a sister.
Yeah.
I'm the only penis in the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was a whole different situation.
Yeah. And bro, for me, I looked so hard for that connection, bro.
Yeah, we all did.
Like, bro, and I had an ex-girlfriend, and her grandfather was around. Usually when we met, it was over her grandmom and granddad house.
Okay.
And man, I remember going there, bro, and I just would talk to this man, like just pick his brain.
Yeah.
Like that man loved me, bro.
Yeah.
And man, I would find myself going over there even without her.
Yep.
Because I was reaching for something that I didn't have. See, I think, bro, a lot of the times when we looking for stuff, we try our best to find it no matter where it is, whether it's good, bad, positive, or negative. Luckily for me, this guy was a positive impact in my life.
Yeah.
And man, he would tell me stories. He done been in wars. He done won awards. You know, he done been shot, all type of stuff. But he taught me lessons from that stuff that I never got. My dad ain't fought in no war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got to see another side of the African-American man in them generations.
Yep.
To where, bro, like I said, I was coming over there even without her.
You know, we had a segment of a podcast we did where we talked about the disconnection.
Yes.
And that's true.
Yeah.
There is a disconnect, but we're not disconnected from people younger.
No.
We're like that ADOS generation, that was born in the 60s, 70s generation.
Baby boomers.
We are disconnected from them.
Gen
the old
X.
heads, the ones that are, you know, what is it, Gen X?
Baby boomers are the older, then Gen X.
So we disconnected from definitely baby boomers,
For
but they
sure.
dead. Like most of them dead.
Or dying out.
Yeah, but the Gen Xers is who our mothers and fathers are.
Yes.
And that's where our disconnection comes from. And it can't just be us. Like, it's like you can't deflect and dodge accountability.
Facts, bro.
For how we were brought up.
Facts.
Because we didn't have a hand in that.
Yeah.
Now, we making the best out of it, and you never hear the 5100 podcast complaining about the hand we was dealt.
No.
But if we're going to have the conversation, let's have the conversation.
Right. And it got to be honesty on both sides. Like
Right.
you said, bro, it's for us. We know that the disconnect there, so we try to reach.
Right.
But
we've had people, and it's just, we ain't addressing this often.
Right.
But we've had people come in our older guys.
Yes.
Come in our conversation and ridicule.
Right.
And it's like, but you an old head, though. You supposed to be an OG.
Right.
You supposed to be teaching.
Yes.
You coming in pointing your finger and talking shit. It's like, bro, that's not gonna help.
That's not helping.
We gonna rebel against that.
Facts. If I'm saying something wrong, or if I'm wrong, hey, bro, let me pull you to the side. Look,
Let me talk to you.
Yes, that's what it is. And see, the problem is a lot of guys like that are trying to prove that they right instead of admitting that they wrong, or they trying to prove that they dominant instead of teaching another young brother how to be on their level. See, bro,
They get left out.
bro, that's why I wanted to do this episode so much.
Yeah.
It was some OGs since we've been doing this podcast thing that have tried to bridge the gap, that have gave constructive criticism.
Yep.
And we appreciate it.
And we've accepted.
Yes.
And we've actually used some of what they said and implemented it.
Right. But the guys like that ain't the guys that's seen. The guys like that ain't the guys that's prepared for it.
Facts.
You got one of them, but you might have 10 y'all niggas don't know what y'all talking about.
Facts.
Stupid young niggas.
Yep.
Emotional young niggas. It's like,
Yep.
bruh, teach me. If I'm doing something wrong, if I said something incorrect, bridge the gap.
But see, they don't want to, and we got some hand in that as far as our generation, because some of us don't even respect male authority.
Right.
So it's two sides to the coin, but to the OGs that have failed us point, that's universal.
Yes.
Like, you are the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
You were. Now it's our time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these shoes that need to be filled, we couldn't fill y'all shoes.
Right.
Because there was no model of how to do that.
Nope.
For the most of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we bought our own shoes, and we learned how to walk in them. The premise of this is we still got to walk in these shoes.
Right.
So you can guide us.
Right.
But you're not gonna come tell me I shouldn't have got these shoes.
Woo-hoo.
Like you can't tell me what works for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can only take your advice and some of your guidance, but you cannot come to me with criticism after criticism and ain't teaching shit.
Fact.
Because we gonna reject it. And we at the age now where the old lion gonna get challenged by the young bull.
Yes, sir.
That's what we are today.
Yeah.
We men.
Facts.
We are men. You can't just say anything to us, bro.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
That's the thing. Like you said, it's the lack of respect, bro.
Yeah.
We doing the same thing. The only difference is you got 20 years on me.
Yep.
Use them 20 years of experience to show me what not to do.
Sharpen me up so I can get my son and my daughter right.
Facts.
So it's pay it forward.
Right.
That's what my uncle. I love my Uncle Brian to death, man. He always telling me pay it forward.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, man, when I was down and out, and he give me some money or give me some advice, he'd be like, look, don't worry about getting it back to me because I'm paying it forward.
Yeah.
Because my uncles did it for me.
Yeah.
That's the attitude that not enough of you old heads or OGs have.
Right.
It's I'm gonna look my nose down on him. He running through all the women. What you was doing? You was my age.
Right.
Can you guide me?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why I need to move different?
Yeah.
Can you show me the benefits of moving different?
Yeah.
Does your life reflect that difference? Because you
yeah.
can't just talk.
Nah.
We not that do as I say, not as I do generation.
No.
We saw what that was. It was cap.
Facts. And not only that, bro, you mentioned some when it came to the example. How I'm gonna know how to take care of my kids if my example not taken care of?
Come on.
How I'm gonna know how to treat my wife if I don't have an example to show me how a man is supposed to? That's why it's so much chaos out here, bro.
Fact, we learning on the fly.
We learning on the fly. Bro, you had to step up and be a man in your house at a young age, bro.
Facts.
But see, that's what you didn't have that buffer that
Right.
show you what it is to be a man, bro. A lot of this stuff we learned, bro. I learned about sex on YouTube and not YouTube. I learned about sex from porn and hollering at my partners.
Me too.
Like, bro,
It wasn't until I got it that I got the lessons.
right?
Right. It's too late.
It's too late by then.
I didn't got a shot of ad. It's over now.
Now I'm out here running.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing, bro. When you have that generation before and the generation before that to teach you the lesson, like, son, don't do this. Son, don't go here, because if you stay here too long, this what's gonna happen. And
Like
they don't look down on you when they telling you.
Like the conversation we had with Jeff Hunter.
Yeah.
That man dropped so many jewels. And that was
Man,
our
bro.
first podcast.
Yeah.
That was, if you want to know what it's like to bridge the gap and have conversations and teach young brothers, listen to that.
Yes,
It's our
sir.
first episode on any podcast platform. Go listen to it.
Yes, sir.
The importance of manhood.
Yep.
Because what he had to say, bro, he had an example of his father had drew on a fucking chalkboard.
Yeah.
He was like, the path go this way, the path go that way. I'm gonna tell you what's here is rocks, turbulence, all this type of shit.
Yeah.
And over here is not necessarily smooth sailing, but you got a lot less obstacles. But you gotta listen to what I'm telling you.
Yep.
That's teaching.
Yes.
That's showing you the benefits and the detriments on either side.
And then, bro, the man gave us a saying.
Yep.
I still carry this shit around
Me too.
every day. Real men make shit happen.
Facts.
That's the type of lessons you learn from the older generation.
Yep.
Because he knew, I'm not gonna get no excuse. If I lose my house, you know who people gonna be looking at? How your man let you lose the house? If something happened to my wife get her ass beat by a dude.
Whose job is it to handle that?
Real man make shit happen. Because you ain't got an excuse. You might have an excuse, but the world ain't gonna give you one.
It's time out for you. Got a reason, but you ain't got no excuse.
Facts.
You got to make shit happen.
You got to. And man, just to go off what CJ said about Jeff, man, I learned so much. Like, bro, I really enjoy talking to guys like Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Just a damn encyclopedia, like a damn dictionary. Like, just got so much to give you.
Bro, he dropped so many jewels in that episode. And y'all, like, see, it's our first episode.
Yep.
We still figuring out mics and shit. I don't know how the audio quality gonna be.
It ain't gonna be like this.
No, definitely not. But bro, I want y'all to go back and listen to that episode. Just like CJ said, that's an example of bridging the gap, bro.
Yep.
And he did that. He didn't do that to come shit on us. He didn't do that to be like, y'all generation just trash. Yep. He was trying to figure out, man, what can we do to help y'all?
Yep.
What can we do to put y'all in better position than what we had to go through?
Yep.
And this learning on the fly, bro, it's so hard.
It is.
It's so difficult.
Yep. And some of the things you have to. We get that.
Of course.
But there's a lot of lessons that really would have saved us from going through a lot of shit. And you notice with the podcast, we have these conversations with young brothers.
Yeah.
We've talked to the young brothers, it was just me and Tez, but we made an episode strictly dedicated to talk to them.
Yes.
Because we know what's going to happen to you.
Man,
we know.
Yeah.
So why would I not help you? That's like being a coach and you seeing they coming off this pick and roll every fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make no adjustments. I'm going to let him figure it out.
Right.
There's a time and place for letting somebody figure shit out.
Yeah.
The life lessons, the foundational lessons, that's what y'all here for.
Yes.
That is what y'all here for, man.
And we know who our crowd is. What's crazy, bro? Our crowd majority is not us, bro. Our crowd is majority older men, bro. So I know y'all watching. I know y'all hear us.
Yep.
And I know a lot of y'all agree with our message, but maybe you don't agree with the way we say it.
Yep.
Maybe we said something wrong that took you off the path.
Yep.
But your job as an older man is to say, hey, bro, I see something in y'all. If you don't, fine. But the ones that do, pull us to the side. If you don't know how to work the Instagram or the Facebook, email us. Look, man, I like what y'all doing.
All our stuff being in the description, bro.
Every time.
Every time we make sure we post it.
So if you want to reach out, bro, look, we touchable. Come out and say, hey, man, I like what y'all doing, but, maybe do this. Bro, we willing to listen. See, one thing about me and CJ, the 5100 podcast, we willing to listen, man.
Facts.
We ain't got all the answers.
We're not perfect over here.
No.
We're not saying we're not selling courses. We're not telling you how you should do things.
No.
We're just saying this what works for us.
Right.
We've seen how to be men, but we haven't had enough examples. And that's why we trying to be one.
Yes, sir.
We learned a lot of this shit by trying. We got the lesson.
Yeah.
But it was just a long-ass, hard way to go.
Right.
So we're just trying to pay it forward. So if you old heads got anything to say, it can be negative.
Yes.
That's fine. But when it's pointing down at me,
yes,
we're not responding to that.
Right. Don't punch down, man.
Nah.
Like I said, bro, we more than willing to listen. Like I said, we didn't learn stuff the hard way so many times. Right. Like CJ said, if we can stop a 18-year-old or 16-year-old from going out here and messing his life up by having multiple kids,
right,
or out here wilding in the street, we got experience.
And people think that, well, you should know not to have multiple kids. If that was the case, it wouldn't be happening.
Facts.
We quote unquote know if you don't get to a young man at the right time and don't instill discipline in that man, especially when it comes to box,
man,
bruh,
woo.
That's how it happens. You get into it and it's like, I hear you now, old head, but I can't stop.
Right.
It's like that's how it becomes for some. I've seen it.
Yes.
Over and over, they get addicted to the box.
Facts.
They get burnt out here. They have multiple kids out here. Some of these guys got AIDS by moving like that. That's not your fault as an old head, but I'm saying pay the shit forward.
That's it. Like, bro, we don't want to argue with y'all, man.
No.
Honestly, we don't. We want to learn, man. We got open minds to this, but y'all got to be able to learn too. Yep. Y'all got to understand, just because you can pull a transmission now with your bare hands by yourself, it's an easier way to do that now. And that's all CJ was saying. Like, it's easier ways to do the same stuff y'all was doing. Don't look down on me because I'm not doing it your way.
Right.
You got to recognize you run your house the way you run it. I'm going to run mine the way I run it. CJ going to run here the way we run it. But we all men here.
Right.
Let's respect each other. Let's walk as men. Both sides can take criticism.
Yep.
This video wasn't to criticize y'all for not being there.
Right.
It's to say, let's bridge the gap.
Because the truth is, you failed.
That's it.
That's not a attack. That's not a I'm trying to make you feel bad. That's the reality. And
Yes.
you need to accept it.
Yes.
You need to accept it. The ones that did what they supposed to do, we ain't talking to you.
Right.
So don't get in your feelings saying not all. You know
Please
who we
don't.
talking to.
Right.
You know exactly who we talking
Yeah.
to. So that is your responsibility. And even though we understand that's your responsibility, we're the kind of guys that'll meet you halfway.
Right. Like, bro, we know. Look, man, dropping your pride is very hard.
It is.
That's hard for us now.
As a team.
Facts. We had to do it every day because we understand the goal and the movement is bigger than our egos and our pride.
Right.
And it got to be the same for y'all. We still believe that there's chances out here for other young brothers like us and a generation under us to change. But before y'all go, before y'all leave this earth, bro, pay it forward. Leave something that I can learn from, that the generation, my son, CJ daughter can learn from. And it's going to make us so much better as a community.
Because that's what we're missing.
Yes.
We're missing the element of family, and we're missing that because the element of leadership is gone.
Yes.
And we're just, and a lot of us get the blame for not being fathers when actually we're talking about our fathers.
Yes.
And it's like, we have to wear y'all fuck ups. Like, y'all need to understand that we wear that.
Yep.
We have the viewpoint that we ain't gonna be this and we ain't gonna be that. I ain't none of that. I'm not a deadbeat father. I was married when I had a child. I did all of the things I was supposed to do, but I didn't understand the nuances of it because I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to see it.
Yep.
I wasn't really taught it. I didn't have an everyday presence. And my father, I told him, bro, I forgive you for leaving, but you were wrong for leaving.
Yep.
I understand your reasoning. All that made 100% sense to me. But at the end of the day, I needed you.
Yep.
And it was not my fault you chose to impregnate that woman. It's not my fault.
Right. And I think with our examples, bro, is like.
And that's another thing. People have an issue with us using personal examples. Why?
Right.
That is our best experience.
Right.
Like, so I understand you can't challenge it. It's not for you to challenge.
No.
It's for me to speak to another young brother.
Yes.
Or older brother that need the therapy. We got a lot of that in our conversation.
Facts,
of brothers
bro.
saying this was therapy for me.
Yes.
Because they experienced it. And to hear somebody speak about it in a way that they relate to and understand, not just talking, giving solutions.
Yeah. And like you said, the real life experience is more valuable than us making up a story.
Right.
See, that's the vulnerability that we got.
We don't care.
No.
We don't care about being vulnerable because it's bigger than us.
Right. And that's what the OGs, that's what the older generation gotta drop. Drop the pride, man.
Drop the pride, pick up the ball, and pay it forward.
Yes, sir. Because we need the gap, man. We need to bridge the gap.
Say it again.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we need to bridge the gap.
Facts.
So y'all look, on that note, we gonna wrap this thing up. So for you guys, Tez the 5.
Got CJ 100.
We are
The
5100 Podcast.
You dig.
100, 100, 100, the 100 Podcast, the 100 Podcast.